would be sort of our approach to a lot of things in management, which are fairly unusual in the sense that I don't know of anybody else who does it this way. For example, for any task, I ask this question: is it useful? You know, it may sound really simple, but it's 3 categories it goes into any task. Is it useful? And if it's not useful, it better be entertaining. And if it's not entertaining or useful, there's only a third basket which says useless. Okay. So I look at everything very simplistically. My job, I feel, is to make things simple. We leave it up to the experts to make things complicated. So to give you an example, well, one example is you guys are all here. Is it useful? I don't know if it's entertaining. But so it needs to fill into those 2 things, otherwise you just wasted a lot of time. Examples in corporate side is, a couple of the easiest ones are accounting departments. Most accounting departments have a tremendous number of reports that come out. And almost all companies, large companies, small companies, or medium-sized companies, have reports, and then you ask them, you know, this report, is it useful? What am I going to do with it? Is there something I can actually do with this thing? You say, no, we put it out every week. We have hundreds of these things. I put them aside. I look at them and I put them aside. Well, how is that useful? So we are very strict on useful. For example, people ask me, you know, you have this large family, you know, from around here, it's a pretty small company. But at this size company, except for the plant, which is about 300 people, we only have 60 people for this size company. And people ask me, how do you only have 60 people? And I tell them, look, we're not efficient. We just don't do useless stuff. So I'm very strict about that. So that's kind of, look at meetings. You know, we all have meetings. If you ask the question, is it useful? Is the company going to make more money by having this meeting? Is it going to save money? If it doesn't answer those 2 questions, what are you doing here? So we are very tough on that. And also, most of our meetings last 30 seconds, a minute. Most decisions aren't really all that complicated. They come to me. I don't even have an office because I tell people the reason that none of us have any offices there because we don't have any executive offices because there are no executives. What we have is a bunch of sergeants. So people come in, I've got these 5, 6 business people just walk in and I say, what do you want? What do you got? So they do 2, 3 sentences. I said, okay, go, do it. Most of the decisions aren't rocket science. It's going to make money? Okay, go, do it. Is it going to lose money? Don't do that. So it isn't that complicated. It's just that people tend to use all these big words now, some of these words I can't even spell. Strategic initiatives, love that. A lot of big words. Every year somebody has to come out with a new word because otherwise, how is a professor going to write a paper that is going to get published? So we don't. To us, business is really simple. You buy low, you sell high. It's not that complicated. And if and the funny part is, you laugh at this, but a lot of people don't know this apparently. Especially if you go to the West Coast. They seem to, buy high, sell low, and then get money from investors. It seems to work over there, but we're from the Midwest, so we don't do that. I tell people, investment bankers, all those guys, look, we're from the Midwest, we don't know how to bleed. You want to bleed, you go to the West Coast. So